to them at jail. This is collateral, and Tom Homan warns security sanctuary cities will see more of it.
It's a frigid 5 degrees in the pre-dawn hours just outside of Boston.
I saw the photos, or not the photos, but like pieces of this video circulating all over Twitter. I need you to understand something very serious, okay? I need you to understand something. They're doing this to justify what is yet to come. And some of it has already begun. Some of the dragnets have already started, okay? The first implementation of this is the stuff that ICE already works on and worked on under the Biden administration as well. The difference is you didn't hear stories about it, okay? And it's not just ICE, it's local law enforcement working on it as well. If your assumption is that sanctuary cities with local law enforcement, or even sanctuary cities that have local law enforcement, don't detain and prosecute criminal migrants, like migrants that have done heinous crimes, okay, you are out of your mind, okay? This is just a continuation of similar operations that already existed under the Biden administration and every other administration as well. But they're using this and beefing it up with propaganda, Israel style, to make it seem like they're only going after criminal migrants and that the previous administration simply wasn't going after criminal migrants.
This team of elite ICE officers is briefing on their targets for the day.
We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeted very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
You feel me? Joe Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Death and decay!
What's the likelihood? If I was a journalist, I would investigate when he got TPS. The likelihood that he got TPS under Trump is insanely high. Might have gotten it under Biden as well. But I'm just gonna say it. The likelihood that he got TPS under Trump is very high. Trump also offered TPS, temporary protected status, to Haitian migrants.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction. And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member.
Eso, hijo de mi puta.
Oh my God. The problem with the endless faucet of propaganda coming from this story is twofold. Number one, of course, there are migrants who are capable of doing heinous crimes, whether it be, something like drug dealing all the way to rape and murder, okay? The problem there is that this plays a role in the broader assumption that all migrants are doing this, okay? Secondly, these are charges, not convictions. And last but not least, again, I hope that there are good journalists out there who are digging deep and figuring out exactly what happened in the process of these people being released, okay? Once again, being charged with a crime is very different than, being convicted of a crime. Oh, come on, Hassan, please. What do you mean? Oh, I'm coping because I said I hope good journalists will actually dive deep and try to figure it out. And the phrase criminal conviction is pulling a lot of weight here because in MA, a criminal conviction could literally mean he was convicted 17 times for driving without a license. Not to say that the Haitian guy wasn't a legit criminal, but yeah, MA criminal law is one of the most regressive in the nation, surprisingly. Very much like California. Yeah. How do you know they're just charges? Because that's what they are saying. Also, if he was convicted, he'd be in jail. That's how I know they're charges. What are you talking about? Unless you think that when someone goes through the criminal justice system and is convicted of a crime, whether it be drug dealing or whether it be rape, they just kind of let you go. No, they mentioned it. They said that these are charges, and they said that they're suspects. As in, the criminal justice system is not... The criminal justice system is not decided on whether or not these people are convicted. Having said that, I'm not saying that they didn't do these things, right? I'm not saying that at all. Okay, Hassan defending rapists live is the funniest thing. You are such a fucking moron, dude. You are actually a moron. I'm not defending rapists. I'm defending due process. What the fuck are you talking about? What an insane thing to say. What a cool bait, man.
Death is my power to wield.
Yeah. It's ridiculous of me to say that it doesn't matter if it's an immigrant or an American citizen, everyone still deserves due process. What a ridiculous standard.
ICE says,
and not only is it that everyone deserves due process, but also beyond that, I'm stating that these are charges, and if they were actually anything beyond charges, they would already be in prison. You were the second biggest streamer of 2024? Wait, no way, really? Second top chatting streamer. God damn. That's pretty wild. Your joke from yesterday has begun. The Pecker Bible introduced the verse, love thy neighbor unless they're Guatemalan, then report them. What? What is this AI overview?
He was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who...
Okay. The process here, for someone like this to be released back, it means that, like, a judge didn't consider them to be a flight risk, or didn't think the charges were valid, right? Am I misunderstanding something here? Because like in the criminal justice system, before we get to the collateral side of the story, currently as it stands in the criminal justice system, if you do a crime, okay, especially a crime like murder, okay, or any kind of crime really, immigrant or not, it does not matter. If they deem you to be a flight risk, you will be kept in detention until your court date. Dun 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 dun. Sorry. It's the same bail release process as everyone else, so not considered a flight risk or a threat to the community. That's what I mean. Like, that means that either something in the charges made the judge assume that they were not a flight risk, or a threat to others I wonder. I really want to find. I really want to find out what they actually did, like what the actual charges even were, or what the investigation looked like. I would love to. I wish that we had some investigative reporters that could just like dig deep and figure this out, try to figure out like what exactly these people did, because while I do not believe the criminal justice system is moderate or just, I do believe that the criminal justice system normally is it goes above and beyond in terms of keeping people behind bars. So this goes entirely against that. What? Do illegal immigrants deserve due process if they genuinely came here illegally? Should they have access to our courts and lawyers and such? Yes. What? Yes. 100. Yes. What? Yeah, they're human beings, man. What are you talking about? The criminal justice system is not supposed to operate with this kind of double standard. You understand that, right? That's a dangerous precedent. That's a dangerous mentality to have. Yes, everyone deserves human rights, including some of the worst scumbags you've ever met. Because you don't measure the criminal justice system by like the heinous acts of a singular individual being prosecuted. You measure it by someone who might be innocent, who might be put under the same circumstances while still being innocent. Okay? That's the entire purpose of due process. You have to make sure that especially considering how devastating it is to deny someone of their humanity, of their freedoms, of their freedom of movement, of their freedom to have whatever kind of schedule they want to have. Such a lived up take. What? No. I like that we're having a conversation about, what kind of people we should deny human rights to. Like, that's insane. It is in the Constitution, I know. And like I said earlier, there's some good in the Constitution and some bad. We moved on. The Bible is woke and gay, and you know what else is woke and gay? The Constitution.
He was previously removed from the United States, so he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what border czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day.
Why do they are coming from countries that bear no responsibilities? Brother, let me ask you a question, okay, in this hypothetical. Let's say there is a person who is a serial killer who is from, I don't know, El Salvador, right? This person from El Salvador came into America and did a serial killing. Do you want to send that person back to El Salvador and hope that they actually go through the criminal justice system there? Or do you want to ensure that that person cannot harm others and, bring them to justice and keep them in prison? Because once someone is doing serial killing or heinous crimes in general, or any crime really, undocumented or not, the criminal justice system will put them in jail. Okay? That's how it works. So what do you want? What do you think is better? What do you think is a better process? The second question I have for you is, do you think that this conversation that we're having is a conversation that, people before us did not have, and then came up with the solution of arresting and jailing them here in the United States of America rather than deporting them? Seems like a band-aid solution. You should focus on the countries they're coming from so they can take care of their own people. What are you talking about? These people are here already. I'm asking you a direct question. If someone is here already, illegally, okay, and they did a crime, you want to deport them, I'm saying if their crime as long as, like, you know, they've done something heinous, like, no, I'm fine with them being jailed in America. I think it's wild. I think it's actually wild to just be like, nah, we should, you know, we should just like deport everyone that's done a crime. Like, it's weirdly enough more on the abolitionist slant than anything else, to be honest.
Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in...
Wait a minute. So, wait, so they deported him? Maybe they should have put him in jail. I don't understand. Like, what? So they just deported him?
Deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman.
Oh, he was arrested for raping a woman with
putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Mallusion, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable...
They released him after capturing him, but said we did it for the messages sent. Scary shit. No, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. And it sucks because, like, Fox News obviously is not a real news outlet, and it's a propaganda machine that is slanted firmly in far-right politics. So you can't, your takeaway here is so stupid. I'm asking completely logically, okay, from a point of logic, why would the local police department release someone who put a gun in the mouth of another person while raping them, okay, after arresting them? That's my question. And I feel like this is a very valid question to ask. This is not me saying, like, those guys didn't do it. This is not me being woke. My question is simply this. Why? Okay? Why did the local courts release a person who was arrested for putting a gun to the mouth of someone and raping them? Okay? That, to me, is a major problem, because I don't want someone who has raped someone with a gun to be free. Okay? I don't want that. And I don't think many people in here want that either. I think that that person should be in jail. I think that that person should be detained. Okay? So what I don't understand is what broke in the structure that that person was allowed to remain free. Something does not make sense. Do you see what I'm saying? My point here is not, oh, let's let him go. Okay? My point is, there are certain crimes, okay, if there is enough evidence that the person that you're apprehending committed those crimes, require you to stay behind bars until your court date. There are very few people here that would argue against someone who raped a woman with a gun, okay, walking free before their court date. I don't think that this is an especially radical take. All right? Although, My initial assessment of the situation when I hear something like this is that the clearance rates for sexual assault cases are so insanely low because cops are horrible at prosecuting sexual assault charges. They are awful at it. And I'm not even talking about the rape kit backlogs in general, just across the board. This is not something that specifically pertains to undocumented migrants. This is just across the board. As we already know from the data that is readily available, undocumented migrants across the board for all matter of different crimes, non-citizens in general, undocumented migrants and documented immigrants as well, are responsible for significantly less crime per capita. Okay? Whether it be homicides, rapes, anything, right?
Oh my. What a
So
gorgeous
what-
ride. I'm ready.
So what could have happened in this process? Something does not add up. And if your answer to this question that I'm asking is, oh, it's woke, that's why, I can't have a normal conversation with you. Okay? Bro's pretending not to read chat and keeps changing his arguments. This is terrible to listen to. Maybe he was released because he was innocent, law. Maybe he was released because he was innocent. Is that what he has done? He was not released before the court date. He was found innocent in court. Okay, do you have evidence for this? Because if you do have evidence for this, then that's great. That literally, that's a fairly significant point, don't you think? And no, I'm not pretending not to read chat. I'm making an important point here. Give me the evidence. It's crazy because there's 35. Also, my question here quite literally is, if someone has done such a heinous crime, right, or arrested for such a heinous crime, not convicted, okay? If they were arrested for such a heinous crime and then went through the court process, or at the very least, instead of going through the court process, like was released, okay? Because that kind of a crime, undocumented migrant or not, doesn't matter, is exactly the type of crime where you're still a danger to society, okay? You're a danger to others. Like, I can't see an American judge going, yeah, Mr. Honduran migrant man, I'm so woke, I'm going to release you. You know, I know that you did this, but I'm gonna, like, there's decent amount of evidence that you might have done this heinous crime, but I'm gonna release you because sanctuary cities, and I also think that you should go out and do this more, hopefully down the line. Like, that's not something that I think took place. Ironically enough, that's what Republicans are saying whenever they say, like, that's what happened. They're letting these guys go because of woke. That's what they're saying. They just never actually think about it. Plymouth man charged with raping a woman outside a Main Street bar. 21-year-old suspects in custody of immigration officials. A Plymouth man faces possible deportation after being accused of raping a woman. Is this the one? Luan Lucas de Souza Goncalves, 21, is being held on a $1,000 bail, pleading not guilty to rape and indecent assault and battery charges on Monday in Plymouth District Court. He is in the custody of ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, at the Plymouth County Correctional Facility off Long Pond Road. Earlier this year, a Plymouth County probate judge ruled that de Souza should not be sent back to his native Brazil because he had been neglected and abandoned by his father. But it's unclear whether immigration authorities accepted the ruling and offered him a special status that allows abused children to apply for permanent residence here. De Souza, the alleged victim, whose name is redacted from the incident, reports told Plymouth police vastly different stories about what happened early Sunday morning. She says she was raped. He said they had consensual sex. Plymouth police were patrolling the downtown area at around 1:20 a.m. when they were drawn to a commotion on Middle Street, near the side door of the Main Street Sports Bar and Grill. They said they encountered a man screaming at de Souza Goncalves. "Get away from her," he said, referring to the alleged victim who was crying and hugging another female, police wrote. As officers approached a group of people outside the bar, a male witness said, "Don't let him leave. He just raped her." The woman was in hysterics, Plymouth Patrol Officer Dylan Ralph wrote, profusely crying, unable to catch her breath, visibly shaken. After she calmed down, Ralph asked her what happened. She told him she was at the Main Street Sports Bar and Grill with her friends where she met D'Souza. They began talking and exchanged Snapchat profiles. They eventually went outside and began kissing and touching each other over their clothes. She said she initially consented but changed her mind. The alleged victim said she told D'Souza she needed to go back to her friends, but he ignored her and began to further advance himself onto her. She told him no multiple times, she said, but he ignored it. Okay, this is pretty open and shut. What the fuck? She told another officer that he had exposed his penis and tried to get her to touch it. Later at the station, officers noticed that his fly was open, the police report says, but D'Souza, who primarily speaks Portuguese, told police he and the woman had consensual sex and that he used a condom. I asked Mr. D'Souza if she ever said she wanted to stop or no to anything he did. He said she did not. At Police HQ, he was interviewed with the aid of a Portuguese translator. This is not the guy. This is a different person. You just sent me like a random case. No, this isn't the same story because the Fox News story isn't in Plymouth. It's in East Boston. I mean, he might actually live in East Boston, though. You know what I mean? But I do think this is a different case. No, this was the one listed through a couple articles.
So, now I have to blow this thing.
German rock and compare is we would have.
But there's no mention of a gun at all. The Fox News dude said very clearly, not just a gun, but put a gun to the mouth of the victim.
Stay inside.
Please tell me your posture on anti-custodial policy. I'm a firm and committed believer that judges should still have the discretion to detain people until their court date, depending on the severity of the crime, the likelihood of flight risk, and also depending on whether or not this person is a danger to others if released. Someone who has committed a rape would fit that profile, regardless of how wealthy or white they might be. Anyway. Like, that's crazy. If you think that I personally would be an advocate to release someone who has potentially raped another human being with a gun by putting a gun to their mouth, you're delusional, okay? Like, call me Jenk if you want. I guess I'm not so max left after all, you know? No, I think that, like, while I do still believe in rehabilitation for that person, okay, at least until the trial, you know, at least until the trial is over. Yeah. Believing Fox News? No, I'm not saying. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm talking about in a hypothetical. I'm not talking about that person in particular. I'm saying on theory. I'm not talking about this individual. We're literally in the process of trying to figure out if this is a real story or not. What are you talking about? Of course I don't immediately believe Fox News. Why do we take this 10-minute sidestep to begin with if I just took what Fox News was saying at face value? Hello? What a crazy thing to say.
So this is how they bury their dead. It's rather
anyway.
elegant.
ICE could also be detaining people awaiting trial from the jails. They're being housed and letting the public assume they got them on the streets. That too, yes.
Future fast.
Okay, thanks, but do you think that actual custody and incarceration can fix it worldwide? Not in the way that it looks like in the United States of America. That much is obviously clear to me. But yes. Also, yeah, the article says the guy they arrested is Honduran, not Brazil. Trump officials take notice of illegal immigrant crackdown in Boston. Glad we're deporting him. Yeah. This dude is Brazilian. It's a totally different dude. My Ukrainian grandpa was deported for manslaughter. He got off free. So that's what I mean. That's what's funny about this. Like, I mean, hey, listen, your Ukrainian grandpa got one off. You know what I mean? W for him, I guess. But like that is the alternative. You know what I mean? When you do deportation, then you literally don't let, you low-key don't let victims, you don't let the criminal justice system go through the process of like prosecuting and detaining this person and possibly offering them some criminal penalties. You know? It's so strange to me that like right-wingers normally would be all on board, but for some reason when on this issue they're like, nah, just ship him out, you know? Like what, are you just anti-justice? Is that what it is? Like, Republicans are just taking an anti-justice slant. If you have been victimized by an undocumented migrant, then we don't want the justice system to work. Because, and it's ironic that they take this position because they simultaneously are taking this position while under the assumption that like a bunch of people will go and get deported even if they haven't actually done the crime, and that's good. It's doubly unjust. Like, we should detain and deport every single person suspected of a crime means that you literally want people that have not been punished, have not been found guilty, to be deported in more instances than not falsely, right? And also simultaneously, people who did actually do that shit don't even get fucking punished in that process. It makes no sense. You're so horny to like deport as many people as possible in this fantasy that you are literally causing victims to not get their day in court. This is what I don't understand. Context, there are large Haitian and Hispanic populations in East Boston, and it looks like that's where this story was shot. East Boston is a very rough neighborhood, very poor and over-policed. East Boston's court is notoriously rough on criminal defendants. So the assumption that these people weren't held if the crime they committed was so violent is literally nonsensical. Yeah, but that's like everywhere in America too. The only people that commit violent and heinous crimes that avoid scrutiny, additional scrutiny, or detention from the criminal justice system are rich white people. Okay? These guys would be like, these guys have created a fantasy in their minds where they think like illegals get a get out of jail free card, while simultaneously they want to do that to people who might have actually committed heinous crimes by just deporting them swiftly instead of going through the processes of the criminal justice system, which is something that I just don't understand. It literally doesn't make sense in my mind. I'm like you've invented a reality where you think that judges see someone and they're like, well, this person's undocumented, we should just let him go after they've done like a serious crime, okay? And in order to go against that wrong that you have fantasized, now you think everyone that is even suspected of doing a crime should be swiftly deported from the country. And in the process, you actually end up giving a get out of jail free card to people that have done serious crimes. What a strange phenomenon.
Countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal.
What's good,
the
King?
bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible.
You mean fucking amazing, dude. You mean fucking, god damn, you're tripping. No good.
must bounce on it.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Crazy style.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys man the ship here while I'm gonna go.
Manhandle.
Oh, that feels good. My neck is. I have a shower. I have to shower real quick. I have to shower real quick. Yeah. Here. I'll take over for a second. Take over for a second, and then we'll swap it out for the.
I think we might be hanging out with Sinisha tonight. What's up, everybody? Can't say that about a legend. Yeah, let me just. What time is it in the States? 6:46. Why is Caroline not there? You mean in Hassan's room right now? Getting ready, you freaks. Someone said, why is Caroline not there? And I said, in Hassan's room at this very second. He's getting ready. Hi, Jace. All right, let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Since last we saw, yes, Baby No Money and I did become the face of JVIC Nation. Yes, we did break the internet with our cosplay. Yes, we did take some of the best images you'll ever see. And I'm not fully convinced that, Hassan isn't in Japan just to try and win that. Like, it's, we were always looking for a will they won't they on our podcast, and Cutie and Hassan failed miserably at it. But now, total failures. Total failures. Now we actually have one, and the will they won't they is me and Baby No Money, famous recording artist. And now that I am also a gay icon and in a will they won't they, I texted Hassan and Austin and I basically said, pack your shit. I don't fucking need either of you. Get out of my fucking life. Don't look back. You neglected me, and now I don't need you anymore. So it's pretty warm in the sun, but my idea is that if it is cold, you'll probably give me a Montclair. That's what Christopher Walken. No, I, in all seriousness, totally character drop. When Alex, Baby No Money, asked me to do that cosplay, I was like, I really didn't know much about how far the JVIC fandom had gone, but he was essentially saying, okay.
I wanted it.
He's a bitter old mess.
Robbed me.
No, underpants. Come on, show him what they're
robbed me.
I've robbed no one. We still have room for you as Warwick.
To be on the edge.
Yeah, you're on the edge, all right. Is the fuck? So I knew that there was a fandom, but I didn't know how adamant they were. But Alex was like, we have to do this right. Stella Chu and Jessica Negri are gonna help, and they honestly put that cosplay together so fast. They put that cosplay together in under a week. They're queens, they're gods. They had so much help. Shouts out to everybody who helped them with that. But they did such an awesome job, and we had so much fun with it. I told Stella, like, honestly, I had a little bit of hesitancy to do cosplay like that. Because I'll be honest, I sometimes don't feel like I have the leading man attractive energy to do cosplay. I always feel like cosplayers are so attractive, and so I was a little nervous, but it was so much fun. And you know, Alex already wants to do more cosplay, and everybody's been so receptive to it. So kind of a really cool experience. We had a great time, man. So much fun. You know, just frolicking and getting to do a little boy love. That was awesome. But yeah, we are in Japan, ladies and gentlemen, and I feel fantastic. Went out drinking last night, got to meet and hang out with one of my goats. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to The God, Tanishi Osawa, aka Mondo Grosso, aka Rhymeso. But I'm gonna play a bit of his stuff in the background. But it was like one of those cool moments where I was in his recording studio, and I literally got to be like, dude, Labyrinth is a life-changing song for me. Thank you so much. He was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good song. Like he was so humble about it. If you've never seen this song, this is one of his tracks. Okay, he did promise me a signed album, which I didn't get last night. So when we hang out with him tonight, I'm gonna be like, so remember that time when you said you would give me a signed Mondo Grosso album? Hello. Hi. I am in Hassan's room. You have to get other key from Arsh. I couldn't come get because I can't get to the Yeah, I need my back is really need Thank you. Can you go? Alright. I don't know, just text me. Okay. Anyway, kind of a cool moment. I have had fantastic food since I've been here, which we kind of were a little lacking on last time. Is that in the walled city? Yeah, that video is from the walled city. Is Austin there? We have not seen or heard from Austin yet. He might be acclimating to life on Tokyo Tokyo City. So we'll wait till he reaches out to us, and and we'll see what he wants to do. I think he just kind of wants to acclimate and get comfortable. We'll see. I was hanging out with the one, the only Wake Wilder last night. We also have Finn here. Finn's feeling under the weather, so he might not join us. And then we also hung out with a creator in Japan. He's the interviewer. I think his name is Caleb, who does all the interviews in Japan outside like the convenience. Cole, that's it. Yeah. And he was awesome. He was so cool. We got to the hot guy. Yeah, the hot guy. He was really fun. And we got to go have drinks with him and get some food, and it was awesome, man. So I have been working tirelessly on something. We're trying to do a collab stream with he and his co-host, where we go and on Sunday possibly dance with and interview the Tokyo Rockabillys, because that's something he wanted to do too. So we reached out to them. Actually, ironically, Shinichi Osawa had their contact information. So we're trying to put together a stream where we all dress like rockabillys and go dance in the park with them, which would be, who cares? I don't know. I think a lot of people will. It'd be a lot of fun. Honestly, if none of you even watch, it'd be fun for me. I'm gonna get my dance on in the park. But yeah, What else can I give you guys an update on? I won a very lewd figurine in the crane game last night, which I'm pretty proud of. Are you going to the baseball game? I don't think baseball season is happening right now. I do know that the Dodgers home opener is in Japan soon. We might try and go to a sumo match because I think there's 3 more days in that tournament. I know we're doing training with them. We're doing flower arrangement. I think we're getting fitted for latex one day and then going to a latex party that we are allowed to stream, but there is a high chance that we might get banned at that event. So we're gonna be quick on the trigger at that one. I'm trying to think what else. I think the Art of No, where it's like the drum storytelling, like yo. We have that planned. What else? Oh shit. Yes, the Japanese Communist Party. Yep. The One Piece gym. We are hanging out at what? Yeah, we've already set it up. One Piece gym, Muscle Girl Bar, Redemption Stream. There's a bunch of stuff on there. You don't sound excited for that? Japanese Communist Party? Listen, I'm excited. Just on my depth. Oh, they don't want a lot of people? Darn fudge. Now I'm gonna miss out. I'm just gonna be thinking about it the whole time. Yeah, I mean, Japanese pro wrestling, we're gonna try and do. I gotta reach out to Kenny Yamaga. We're doing Maid Cafe with Kaho Shibuya. We're also gonna try and hang out with Premier 2, Rob CD, E-Dog VA. Got a lot on the docket lately. We might do Boy Love Redemption for Austin too. Boy Love Redemption stream. For this time he's not super uncomfortable. What have you eaten so far? Okay, so I found this. That's true, he does have to address this. That is true. He definitely let us down last. I found like a ramen place that's more of like a udon kind of fusion. Yeah. You wanted to go? We have the curry spot. Put it down. Yeah, our secret spot. No, so I found this noodle spot that's like fucking amazing. It's bar only, and they whip up noodles, and you put all sorts of different stuff in it. They have like 30 different things you can just pour in these noodles. And then they have something called the final rice that you order for 100 yen. And it's just a bowl of rice at the end that you put in to soak up everything. Incredible. The final rice. Ever has rice sounded so fucking stern. What else have I eaten? I went to a Kogbini. I went to a skewer place. We went to a Japanese barbecue. Yeah, I'm still getting ready for my boxing, which is going to be announced soon, by the way, who I'm fighting, when I'm fighting, and what promotion I'm fighting for. Yes, we are training in a Japanese boxing gym. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to train with me, if you want to throw punches at me, I should be able to defend myself pretty well. No, I'm not allowed to punch you back. I can just work on my defense. I'm actually probably going to do that 3 or 4 times while I'm here. I've woken up and done over 1,000 calories every morning because I'm trying to keep my weight down while in Japan, which is gonna not so. TTE speedrun? Nah, he won't touch me. I don't know if they can hear you. I wasn't looking at. Yeah, so basically, Marsh and I took the reins this time with the help of the amazing Rhyme and planned this whole trip, so it's going to be much more organized. Speaking of amazing, Caroline Kwan got that fucking bang on her. Hey, what are all the events on the spreadsheet that you wanted to do? Yeah, what are those events? Wait, no, watch this. Hassan, what events are on your spreadsheet? No, the one that you sent Ryan. You did. What events are on there that you wanted to do? He's looking at it right now because he doesn't know anything that's on it.
Hi guys.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, fan. Hi. Jacket. I got this at Rose Bowl Market. I bought it.
How cold is it? I might go get mine. Oh, wow, he got that fucking bang on him. He's really wearing it. They're getting censored. Oh. Yeah, we got Gaijin turned away from like 3 restaurants. Yeah. I just don't think they'll say something like, no, we're closing soon.
Oh yeah, that
Glacier.
Yeah, never mind. They do that.
Open till 2 a.m. and we're like, fuck. Too white. Alright, I might get my coat and then we're gonna go do.
What? Yeah.
They are. Yeah. That's why they gotta roll back on.
I do like that.
Civil rights.
Oh. But
you know what? From our apartment. Yes, I do. You're a Zin stealer. You have 2 towers. Sometimes I need them. I don't do them all the time. Watch this. Watch this. These. All right, let me make some stuff. Yeah. You know what? I have them. They're emergency. They are emergency Zins. And if you don't know, that motherfucker stole mine. Came into our apartment. He said 3 Zins. Will? All right, one of you's lying. One of you is not telling the truth. No, those are mine. What the hell is going on with this mic? Okay, well, I'm holding it now. Yeah, it's our Zins. That's right. Socialist Zins. That is right. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. Welcome to the Quancast. That's right. No. I know, it is right there. I have never used that before. Haven't. All right, everyone, we're going out into Tokyo today. It's 11 o'clock p.m. The night is just starting then. What, are you saying that like it's late? It's early. It is early. Okay, so are we going out right now? Tell us about Japanese pop culture. Oh, remind me before we are leaving. Talk to the front desk because I'm driving. Yeah. Thoughts on Amelia Perez? You asked me that because you already know. Anybody who's asking me thoughts on Amelia Perez already knows how I feel about that film. Do you know that Amelia Perez is now in the group of films that has reached 13 Oscar nominations in the history of the show, which means one more nomination and it would have been tied with Vaginoplasty, yes! Films. I mean, it's crazy because stop. Just the thing about Amelia Perez too, it's not even like in 10 years we'll look back and go, damn, that movie sucked. Right now, we're saying it right now, it sucks.
I like it. That.
You haven't even watched.
No, I watched the key parts. I watched it.
You watched that one scene. You watched that one scene. No, we don't have to play it. No, we don't. Why is it that you guys don't like musical theater and this is all you'll listen to? No, Marsh. I hate that you don't play any musical theater except for this.
Bueno, el jefe está con el cliente. Están esperando. Hello, very nice to meet you. And nice to know you back. The change operation.
Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
From penis to vagina. Come on, it's a banger.
For you.
Yeah.
For me.
It has the most Oscars.
What would you like to know about it, madam?
I want to know it all. What is the protocol? The techniques and the risks. How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty. Control laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, 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 yes. Just for the bath. How much will it be? For you, $4,500.
The one where Zoe Saldana is like getting celebrated by the trans cartel boss in a room full of people. Like everyone focused on that one winning awards and stuff, but I think this is the real banger. Like I think that it's all red, right? Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna text Unlimited IRL immediately. Oh yeah, I slept on the plane. Imagine if they sang that at the Oscars, it would be a banger. Excuse me. There. Oops, hold on. Turn this on. Caroline believes that it's a conspiracy. A transphobic and anti-Mexican conspiracy. As a matter of fact, because it's the greatest thing that's come out of Mexico, even though it was made by a French guy who, even though, yeah, that's